Hello everybody, welcome to this pick a card video. Today's pick a card is going to be what do you need to hear at this moment. So how this is going to work, you're going to either think of a specific question, what do you need to hear in regards to a specific situation, or you can just think of it more broadly, what do I need to hear, what is the most prevalent message that Spirit wants to present to you at this moment. I have choice number 1, choice number 2, and choice number 3. And check out the timestamps below, and I'll see you there. Hello there to you who has chosen choice number 1. We are going to see what do you need to hear at this moment from Spirit, messages from Spirit. Okay, so we'll start off with this oracle card from the Yogic Path deck. Let's see what we've got here. Chinnamasta. Correct me if I'm wrong in pronunciation. These are all, well, not all of them are Hindu deities, but this is a Hindu deity, Chinnamasta. Look at that image. Pretty graphic there. So Chinnamasta is the deity. Sorry, she is the deity of the goddess of transformation. She's the goddess of transformation and change, self-transcendence, going beyond specifically the ego self, the conditioned ego self. So who you think you are, she presents herself as a cue, as an encouragement to sort of see beyond what you are seeing as is, falling more intuitively, going more spiritual rather than seeing what you've been conditioned, sort of like questioning your shadow point of view. Okay, so very powerful start there. And then to go further into what you need to hear, I'm going to pick out some tarot. What do the individuals who chose choice 1, what do they need to hear right now? Oh, a lot of things. Alright, just one card please. One card. One card. One card. Oh, 3, I'll take it. Thank you. So we have the Magician, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Yes, in reverse. So pretty much what I was saying earlier too, especially with Chinnamasta coming here as the main entity and the main energy that is bringing you this message, is saying that you are able to create and manifest your reality however you want it to be. With the Magician here, you have all the tools you need to create the specific self, like specifically yourself. So with Chinnamasta here coming out, saying like go beyond what you know, go beyond what you think you can do, what you think you are, who you are, what you know, like go beyond what you consciously know right now, what you think you know right now. Maybe labels that you consider yourself, groups that you identify with. What do you identify with, and how can you go beyond that? Magician is coming here to remind that you can create whoever you want to be. You can create your world. You don't have to subscribe to whatever is presented to you. Maybe perhaps you are surrounded by people that you are realizing you don't really resonate anymore. Maybe you're growing out, or just, you know, change happens and it's inevitable that we grow out of things. So Magician's here to remind you that, hey, you can create, you know, you don't have to just subscribe to what you know consciously. Again, question your ego. Try to transcend your ego, your conditioned ego. Again, ego is not, I'm not saying ego as a bad thing. Ego is a necessary component of us. Everyone has an ego. Animals have egos. What we're bringing up here is the conditioned ego. You know, just be very conscious and mindful of what part of your ego has been conditioned, and it's not actually, you know, your true self. So with Chinnamasta, you know, transcend the self that you have now. And with the Seven of Pentacles here showing up, I always get the word manifestation with Seven of Pentacles. Of course, it's pentacles, it's the earth element, more physical realm and tangible things. I'm also getting the word gratitude and contentment. So sort of just seeing what you have, being grateful for it. You know, like we're saying all these things like, you know, transcend your ego self, transcend what you know, you can create whatever. But it's also saying like, it's from a place of gratitude, you know. We're not here to judge our ego selves, our conditions, our pasts and our memories and our hurts, maybe even traumas. We're not here to judge that. These two aspects are here to just remind you that you are the maker of your world. You have, law of attraction is real. And with the Seven of Pentacles here, it's just sort of to look at your garden, see what you have created. Like you've created that. Like even if, and consider like, what do you see in your garden? Do you see the more negative things, or do you see beauty? Do you see gratitude? Like, wow, I grew this. Like, I know it can be hard to hear sometimes that, you know, there's beauty in the world. Like, I know, like, trust me, I've been clinically depressed. I've been diagnosed as depressed before, so I know what it's like to really believe and within, just believe that there's nothing good, there's no hope, there's just, I understand. So I'm saying all of this from a place of compassion, and there really is, you know, a brighter side. You know, when I hit rock bottom, when anyone hits rock bottom, there is still a positive to that. You know, you can only go up from there, as cliche as that saying is. There's a reason why things are cliche, right? And so the Seven of Pentacles here is to, I'm getting the word gratitude from it, manifestation. So it's like, while yes, it can be like disheartening to realize like, hey, you know, some of the maybe sadder things that may have manifested, or failures, perceived failures. Yes, that was your manifestation from maybe some conditioned thoughts and ego, things that happened to you, happened for you, however way you look at it. However, you have that same power that could have created that destruction, that failure, it also can be used to manifest anything else. Anything. So again, magician, going back to magician, you can use this power to transcend what you know, go beyond what you know, become more creative. And I'm getting so many different messages right now. So I'm guessing there's a number of you who may have chosen this option. So yeah, so first thing I'm getting is you are the maker of your world. You can transcend what you know. Second is to also be grateful for what you have manifested, and without labeling it as good, positive, pleasant, unpleasant. Just see the things that you've manifested, be like, hey, I created this, and also use that knowledge, that wisdom as, hey, I can create anything. And you know, gratitude is an essential component of manifesting. Spirit normally doesn't want to, it will be more difficult, if it happens at all, to manifest things if you're not grateful for what you have now, because Spirit does not want to grant you things that you want if you're not grateful for what you already have. Because it's like, even if they give you what you want, how Spirit's to know that you're not going to be grateful for receiving it? So it starts with now, being present now, you know, embodying that feeling of gratitude now. So Spirit's like, okay, I can give this person what they're desiring, what they're envisioning, because they are grateful, and they will be grateful. Because they're grateful now, they will be grateful later and then. So really sink into that feeling, as difficult as it can be. And I think that's where the whole Chinnamasta, transcending your ego, if it's hard for you to embody that feeling of gratitude, then again, really go back, call on to this deity to help you go beyond what you already know. Cut off the head of what's inhibiting you from reaching this sunshine, this light, this and with the Queen of Cups here, it really ties into what I said earlier about touching into your intuition rather than being so heavy into the head space, into the mind space. The Queen of Cups here is in reverse because it's kind of acting as a warning, an alert. I think more so like an alarm clock saying like, hey, you know, this is here for you. You can access this queen, this intuitive, receptive, just being within you, feminine, receptive, open, patient being is within you. And just tapping more into that. And I like how the Magician came out here first, because it's a major arcana. You know, if you know tarot, it's major arcana, and so it's sort of like the dominating energy here, that like you have the power to, you have the power using your mind, using the tools. You have all the tools you need, and the infinity symbol here is here, reminds me of the patience card, or the strength card, which is the energy of the strength card embodies patience, because it takes a lot of strength to be patient. And patience also resonates in this card as well. All three of these cards, actually. There's a theme of patience that is needed here. And I know, again, it can be tough to hear, like, oh, be patient, you know, with your manifestations. But really, like, it really helps to hear that often. And if you feel the opposite of, if you feel impatient when you hear someone say be patient, then again, that goes back to sort of questioning your, like, why did you think that? Why did your conditioned mind, your ego, you know, feel so strongly towards somebody saying, you know, be patient? Why did, you know, just reflect, like, what do you feel, what comes to mind when you're hearing right now patience? You need to be patient. Just sit with that. It's going to be different for everybody. Be patient. You have the power, you have the tools. You can do it. That's what's the Magician's here. Be grateful. You've manifested all that you have already. Everything that's present in your world right now, you've manifested. And because of that, knowing that, you can manifest even further. So keep going. Keep going. You can do it. Keep going. And I'm getting also here, coming back to the emotion of gratitude. So feel more. And perhaps tying into your manifestations, in order to manifest, try to embody what you want to feel. Like, rather than manifesting what you want physically, like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with manifesting more money or manifesting a partner or specific things like that. But I feel like the Queen of Cups is coming up here saying, you know, maybe just try it out. Think about, and setting the intention of manifesting what you want to feel. You know, I like how she's facing the tree here. It's kind of like water, your intentions, your seeds, your manifestations with emotions. So an example of that, it's like, instead of saying, oh, I want to make this much amount of money, maybe you can say, I want to feel secure in my surroundings, I want to feel safe and secure, because, you know, financial wishes and needs, it's tied to the root chakra, and which is our safety and our sense of security in terms of, you know, the basic needs. So that's an example. Another example, say if I'm looking for a partner, you can say, I want to feel supported and loved by an individual. I want to feel companionship. Is that a feeling? Or some form of that. I want to feel loved. Something as simple as that. So whatever your situation, whatever your question, whatever you're going through right now, these are the messages. So first, just to tie everything back together, transcend what you know, what you think you know, you know. Notice your thoughts. There's a saying where it's like, your first thought is your first thought and reaction to things is your conditioned thoughts. It's what you were conditioned to think and react and respond. But your subsequent thoughts and feelings are your true self. So Chinamasa, I think, is here to remind that there's a lizard nearby, to remind you that you're not your thoughts, your initial thoughts. Let's be more specific. You're not your initial thoughts. Those are your conditions that you picked up, you learned somewhere. And Chinamasta is here to encourage you to go beyond that. And the Magician is saying, you can do it. Simple as that. Be patient. You're doing it already. You're already doing it. 7 of Pentacles. And then the Queen of Cups. Tap into your emotions. It's okay to be more emotion focused. It's okay. Of course, in a balanced way. Okay, and then I'm gonna get one more card from the Spirit Animal Oracle here. What else? What is any final messages, advice for those who chose this choice? Choice 1. Any final messages, please? Any final messages for those who chose choice 1? Oh, thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Oops, sorry. Wow, yes, Dragon. Gaia's gateway. Access Earth's inner wisdom. So yes, this is perfect to tie everything together. You have all that you need within you. This is what Spirit is channeling to you right now, through me, to you. You have all you need within you. Focus less on external. Focus less on what you've been conditioned from external factors, from what you see with your eyes, your physical eyes. Tune in more into your intuitive self. And I like how it's a dragon, because in the Chinese zodiac, dragon is a yang sign, and yang is more of the masculine energy. So yes, it's saying like you have this already. And again, Queen of Cups, just to go back, is to remind you, you know, balance the feminine and masculine. You have it already within you. It just needs to be tapped in. And I like how we have earth element here. So you have all the elements, not necessarily air, but yeah. Access Earth's inner wisdom. You got it, you guys. Alright, That's your reading. Let me know how it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, feel free to check another pile or check out my other readings. As always, thank you so much for being here. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be safe and protected. May you have all you need and live with ease and loving kindness. May you not suffer. May you be happy. Thank you. Hello all who chose the choice number 2. Let's see what Spirit has for you today. What do you need to hear at this moment? Again, this is general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate at all, that's fine. It just means it's not for you or it's not for you yet. So feel free to check another pile, another video, another reader. Totally cool. Listen to what you need. Alright? So this card is Oracle card from the Yogic Pact deck. It will tell us the general, it will give us an overall theme as to what you need to hear at this moment. And then I will pull some tarot cards and then a final Oracle card. So let's see. What do you need to hear at this moment? Vishuddha. That's the throat chakra. The 5th chakra, throat chakra, represented by the color blue, what you see here. So I'm getting what you need to hear right now is I'm getting the word expression, I'm getting the word truth, satya. Something about embodying your truth and being more authentic with yourself. Okay, so that's the initial message here. Now we're going to pull out, let me pull out some tarot. This is from Mystic Monday Tarot. Okay, what does group 2 need to hear at this moment? Thank you. It's quite a bit. I will take that first one. And then let's see if 2 more comes out. Okay, what does group 2 need to hear? That was pretty fast though. Group 2. What does group 2 need to hear at this moment? Please. What does group 2 need to hear at this moment? What does group 2 need to hear at this moment? What does group 2 need to hear? Thank you. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is the last one. We have 6 of Wands in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse. And then also the 8 of Swords in reverse. Yes. So again, going back to the main message, let me just move this around. Back to the main message about your truth and embodying your truth. So I feel like with these 3 cards coming out, it's sort of doubling down on that you may be feeling experiencing some sort of blockages of some sort, and that can look different for everyone who's listening to this right now. So with the 6 of Wands in reverse, I'm feeling that perhaps you don't feel like you're where you need to be right now. Perhaps you feel like something is keeping you from being successful in however you define it, however you see and view success as. Not necessarily a failure, you're not necessarily seeing yourself as a failure, but you're just not quite where you want to be. You know, you're not this figure, this being on this card going, wee, like, I'm successful, I'm you know, I've accomplished, I've gone past the 5 of Wands of challenge and conflict and battling. I'm through that, I've won, I'm woohoo. That's like what I get from this card. But with it reverse, I'm getting that you're not quite there. Something is keeping you, like maybe perhaps you know, objectively from other people's point of view, maybe you are successful, maybe you are, there are things that you can celebrate and be joyous about. However, it doesn't really feel that way, perhaps. Maybe I'm just thinking, this is just an example. You can tie it to whatever situation comes up for you right now. But perhaps you're in a job, a career, a role that is perceived as great, as, you know, anybody else on the outside would see it as like, oh wow, that's great, congratulations. Or like you did something that people would objectively congratulate you with. However, you don't quite feel it. Like, you'll say thank you, you'll be like thank you, like, and like maybe, you know, on the surface, you know, you do celebrate, but deep down it's not, perhaps it's not like the job that strikes your passion, or it's not really what's calling you. So even though you're successful in this thing, it's not quite fulfilling. You can be successful in something, but it's not, it doesn't always mean it's fulfilling. So you can also take that when you look at other people, like specifically people on social media, influencers, you know, they look successful on the outside. They show this lifestyle that anybody would be like, oh wow, that's great, that's successful, you know, that so many people like, you know, like you with the hearts, and you double tap. But, you know, we've seen so many examples of people who are in these positions and they aren't truly happy, or, you know, they, not that they aren't happy, but they still have, you know, their struggles. They still have moments of, you know, of dissonance. So I think that's what this card is coming out, and then tying back to the theme of, you know, tapping into your truth, your authenticity, speaking it, expressing it in some way. You know, and it doesn't have to be verbally talking to somebody, talking to a therapist, or singing songs, writing songs. It could be, maybe, if you're an artist, you're a singer, maybe this is what this is here for. I think this is, so what you need to hear right now is that really listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Perhaps you don't need to express to other people, but express to yourself. What will help you feel fulfilled, not just successful, but fulfilled? And maybe redefining success as including being fulfilled in your idea of success. So if you're trying to manifest success, also include, you know, I want to feel fulfilled. I want to be fulfilled in this success. Okay? And with the Hierophant in reverse, I think it's sort of like, I think this is coming out here. I'm feeling challenge institutions, challenge what you've been taught. Challenge what you think is the right thing and the right moral thing. So maybe I'm also, out of this spread, I'm also getting the word guilt, the feeling of guilt almost. That, like, you know, again, going back to this example of perhaps you are successful, however, you don't feel fulfilled, and that might make you feel like you're wrong, you're morally wrong. You know, Hierophant represents morals and traditions and stuff like that. And Hierophant also, it's a major arcana. It's a role. It's a figure that represents, again, traditions and standards, morals and values. And perhaps, you know, maybe what you're doing, that, or the thing that you're successful at, or that is perceived as success, maybe from other people, maybe it's not fulfilling because it doesn't feel right. Okay, it could go either way. It could either be that it doesn't feel right because it's not fulfilling, or it's not fulfilling because it's not right, like morally, or it goes against maybe your values and your morals. And so that's why it's not fulfilling, and it doesn't feel successful, even though maybe you're making a lot of money, or maybe you're getting a lot of attention and accolades and acknowledgement. So again, it can go either way. Either it's not fulfilling because it's not, you know, it goes against your values, or it's not, it's not, I think I'm kind of saying the same thing. It's not valuable to you because it's... Anyways, I'm gonna move on from that. I'm not gonna think too much. See, that's what I'm getting. I'm feeling the energy I'm tapping into right now. It's like I'm just thinking so much, and it's like inhibiting me from flowing. Like I feel like I'm not flowing as much as I usually do when I'm channeling, which I think is reflecting off of you, and like what you need to hear right now is that, you know, this is available for you. And especially with the Eight of Swords here coming out, you know, the story that many people share with the Eight of Swords is like she's perfectly capable of like her hands aren't even like cuffed or tied like tightly, like there's like something she's bound to something, but she's like free. She has her fingers. She's like, look, her arms aren't tied to her body or anything. She's not constrained. She can take her blindfold off and get out of these constrictions. Sorry, there's people cheering. Yeah, I think they're what's it called? They're validating that, yeah, like you can totally get out of this. Like free yourself. Again with the Vishuddha here. Free yourself. Oftentimes when the throat chakra isn't balanced, or if it's closed or blocked, oftentimes, you know, it represents not speaking your truth, not being authentic. You know, not speaking your truth can manifest in different ways. It can manifest in, you know, maybe you have some throat things. I find this interesting because this isn't reverse. You know, these oracle cards can come in reverse as well, but it came up upright. So it's saying that, like, you have, again, going back to what I said with the Eight of Swords, like, you're totally capable of, you know, being free and authentic. It's just a matter of doing it and using what you've got and realizing, you know, it's going to take some reflection, questioning your values, your morals. What is important to you? That's what I'm hearing with this card. What is important to you? And let that drive what you do, how you feel. You know, there's always a cost to everything. So even if, you know, you take a job or you follow a pursuit that initially, or maybe even in the long term, doesn't involve a lot of money. Again, that could be initially, or maybe it's a job that, like, maybe you do like to just do more simple jobs, like you like to work. So like, just follow what you think is right, what matters to you. Follow that, and that will help you feel successful. That's what you need to hear right now. It's like, let go of any constraints that you think. With the swords here, with the air element, is all the mental in the head, mercurial energy. Think less. I'm almost kidding. That just came out of my mouth. But I feel like it needed to come out. So think less and follow what feels right. Follow the passion, the wands, the energy more. And then that will help you feel successful and right in whatever you do. Let go of what you think other people would want you to do. Let go of what other people would think as a whole. That's what I'm getting here. That's the whole point of Vishuddha, of speaking your truth, of being authentic. It's like, the more authentic you are, or at least from what I have observed, is that the more authentic people, the people who are most authentic, they don't care what other people think. They don't care, and that's what allows them to be their authentic self. Because the more we care about other people, imagine these swords are other people's thoughts, the more blocked we are from being who we are, from being this free being that we actually are. This looks like the same person almost, except she's wearing like a swimsuit, but, well, she's wearing a swimsuit too. But yeah, I'm seeing these swords. They could represent, like, it could be either be your thoughts, your judgments towards yourself, and what you're doing, or it could be other people's thoughts and like listening too much to that it inhibits you from doing what you think is right, what you believe is true, and what is your truth. It's blocking you from doing that, and because you aren't following what you think is right, it's inhibiting you from feeling successful at all. So that's what you need to hear right now. You need to hear, be true. Be true to yourself. If you need exercises or meditations on the throat chakra, there's plenty on YouTube. I'm also have plans of doing some chakra balancing and cleansing, distance healing videos, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. But there's plenty of content online for free, books. You can, or if you have the means, you can pay somebody to help you either clear any blockages, open your throat, balance it, because our chakras can either be closed, blocked, imbalanced, overactive. So sometimes it does help to have a professional, somebody that, do your research, of course. And of course, like, this isn't to, disclaimers in the description, okay? This is not to, if you're experiencing any, physical ailments, then of course see a doctor. Anyways, disclaimers in the description. But what you need to hear right now is to listen to yourself. Listen to what you need, what you want, and tune out what you think other people, like, try to get to the pure essence. I love the butterflies here. It's reminding me of like purity, like the essence of like your spirit. What does your spirit want and need? What will fulfill you? Because you matter. If more beings, if more individuals are fulfilled and feel successful, the better the world would be. So really give yourself more credit, like value yourself enough to do this, to take care of yourself, to listen to what you need, because you deserve to feel successful. You deserve to feel like yourself and that you matter. I'm going to pull one last card from Spirit Animal Oracle deck. What else does the group 2 who chose this choice what do they need to hear? One card, please. One card. What does group 2 need to hear? One card, please. A lot of things, you guys. One card. Just one card, please. What do they need to hear? Any advice? Any last words for group 2, please? Oh. Okay. I'm taking that card. Thank you. Wow. Yes. Oh my gosh. This is perfect. Dolphin. Atlantis. It says healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. I was about to use some profane words, but good thing I didn't. Yes, exactly. Going back, listen to yourself. If you need, take some time, take a break from what you're doing. If you need to, like, take a leave of absence, okay, this is only if it resonates with you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but take a moment, listen to yourself. If that's a minute, if that's 5 minutes, an hour, a day, a week, a couple months, a year, give yourself time to really figure out what is your truth. Stop and listen. Stop and listen, and wisdom will come to the surface. Heal what may be inhibiting you. Heal the conditioned ego. I mentioned this in the last group as well, but this group too, like, notice what you're holding on to, other people's thoughts, your conditioned thoughts. I said this in the last group as well too, but they say like the first thought, your reactions are what you've been conditioned to think and feel, but the subsequent thoughts and feelings are your true feelings. So that's where the stop and listen comes. Like, notice what you think initially, let that pass, and then notice what comes after that. That's your truth. That's your truth. So that's your reading. Thank you so much. Let me know if that resonated in the comments. If it didn't resonate, that's cool. Again, that just means it's not for you, or it's not for you yet. Check out another pal, another reading, another reader. Totally fine. Regardless, may you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be happy and peaceful. May you have all you need and live with ease and loving kindness. May you not suffer. May you be happy. And may you be yourself, your authentic self. Alright, take care. Bye. Hello! Finally, group number 3. Those who chose the third choice. Third choice. This is going to be your reading. Again, this is general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, that's fine. It just means this message is not for you, or it's not for you yet. Feel free to check out another pile, another reading, another reader. Totally cool. Listen to what you need. And yeah, trust yourself. So this is going to be what you need to hear at this moment. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. This is going to be what you need to hear at this moment. I'm curious what that could be about. I'm getting that something needs to be released and let go of, just from those sneezes. Yeah, so this is going to be the oracle card from the Yogic Pact deck. It's going to represent the general theme and message of what you need to hear at this time. And then I'm going to pull some tarot cards and then a final oracle message to tie everything together. Okay, so what do you need to hear at this moment? Bhakti, devotion practice. So bhakti, when I think of bhakti, I think of bhakti yoga, which is the devotional practice. It's more heart-centered. Singing and praying to deities such as Krishna and Krishna, Rama, more heart-focused. So what I'm getting just from this card alone, what you need to hear is that you are truly cared for. You are a part of this world, and you are divinely loved and cared for. Okay, so that's just right now. I'm gonna pull out some tarot cards now and see what else we get, so we can go more in depth with that message. Okay, Spirit, what does group 3 need to hear at this moment? What does group 3 need to hear at this moment? Thank you. 2 more, please. What does group 3 need to hear at this moment? Thank you. Oh, they gave me 2 already. Thank you so much. Okay. So the first card that came out, 8 of Pentacles. Next card we have, it's the Sun in reverse. And then lastly, we have the 5 of Swords in reverse. So it's interesting because with this pile, I feel my voice has gotten a lot softer. I feel it's because I feel like I need to deliver this message with compassion. I feel a lot of compassion towards this pile. I mean, I have compassion towards all the piles, but I feel like what you need right now is some feeling of love and compassion towards you. Because what I'm getting from this group is that perhaps there's been some sort of struggle and some sort of conflict that you've been going through, whether it's internally, whether it's externally. So with the Eight of Pentacles here, I feel like the Eight of Pentacles is here saying that to show you that you've come a long way. It's interesting how the messages with this group is coming, like the feeling I'm receiving, the energy I'm receiving right now is very patient and slow, and I feel like I need to talk slower and deliver this message in a more softer manner, as compared, especially compared to the other groups. You can check those out if you like, but with this group, I'm feeling that you've come a long way. You've done a lot of work to get to where you are now. And then there is some sort of level of accomplishment that I'm receiving from this card, from this message of the Eight of Pentacles. That what you're doing, especially with the Bhakti card here, what you're doing is bringing a lot of beauty. You as an individual, just being present, your presence on this earth, it brings a lot of beauty and pleasantness to this world that can be very ugly and harsh. But what you have to offer, whether it's something you're doing, whether it's the relationships you're in, what you offer to the people around you, the work you do, I'm kind of saying the same thing again, but basically what you need to hear right now is that you are a pleasant and much needed energy in this present time on this earth. That is why you are here right now. Your purpose is to bring beauty and love and remind people that there is beauty in the world, no matter what they're going through. That is, whether you're conscious of it or not, whether it's something you are actively trying to do or that you realize you're doing, that is what you are. That is what you are. That is what you represent towards other people, other beings, yourself, maybe yourself, to your work, your workplace, community. That is what you represent. That is what you offer. And it's amazing. And you are very much loved and needed and wanted. And even though it may seem like what you have isn't a lot, it's really not what you think. I think that's been a theme throughout the last groups, is to go beyond what you think. And I think in this case, think of yourself, because you are an embodiment of love and care and attention. You give a lot of attention to what you do and to the people around you. Take what resonates again. So if there's a person, maybe it could be a boss or a pet, an animal, or a partner, parent, child, anything that's around you, it could be plants even, your surroundings, you add so much to it. You add just this pleasant vibe that is, it's very much needed. That's what I'm getting here. And with the sun here, I think this is what I was sort of feeling earlier, what I mentioned just a few moments ago, is that perhaps you don't realize that you are this sun, you are this being that is just radiant, radiating heat and warmth, love and devotion, and you care so much, whether you try to or not. Like, that's just how you are. And with the sun in reverse, it seems as if, you know, it's not a conscious thing for you. Like, you don't necessarily, and that's a great thing. The sun in reverse is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a great thing. Like, you don't have that ego. It's, yeah, you're not, what's it called? Your ego isn't overactive in the sense where, you know, you think of yourself, oh, I do this for other people. Maybe you do things that are so nice and great for others, but you do it selflessly. You don't do it from a place of, oh, I'm gonna give, like, so that people will notice me, so that I'm seen as, you know, you don't want people to revolve around you. That's what it is. So there's a degree of humility. That's what you need to hear right now, is that there's humility to you in the work you do. You take your time. You're not doing things so that you can show others what you're doing. You're doing it because it's what it's the right thing to do. That's what I'm getting. You do it because it's the right thing, not to be showy, but the truth is, like, that's what you are. Like, it's funny because, like, even though you're not trying to be the sun where everyone revolves around you, you kind of are. Like, you are. It's like the saying where the best leaders, the best teachers are the ones that don't want to be leaders or don't want to be teachers, because they don't have that aspect of their ego that's, like, you know, power hungry. You don't care about having power or people, you know. You give unconditionally. You give love unconditionally. Bhakti, devotion. It's your devotion to give love, to be compassionate. That's awesome. That's beautiful. And with the Five of Swords here, I'm getting that you came to be this way. Like, you're so kind, and I'm getting emotional. You're so kind and loving and giving to others, and, like, so selfless, because you've gone through, you know, I saw 11:11 on the clock. You've gone through struggle and challenge, and people maybe, you know, questioning you, you know, testing you even. I'm getting the word test. Like, maybe you've been tested. Like, oh, is this person really, like, you know. I'm getting that you may have been in situations where love was conditional, where in order to receive love for you, you had to give love. And if you didn't, and I'm getting a number of things. So first thing is, perhaps you had to learn how to set boundaries because of situations where maybe you were taken advantage of for giving, because you gave so freely and willingly that there have been people that either questioned, oh, your authenticity, and they question your authenticity because maybe their own egos, they never received unconditionally, and so they thought, like, oh, you're giving because you want something. And then another message I'm getting is, you're this way, you're so giving because you learned in the past that love is conditional, and that you had to give in order to receive. And the Five of Swords is in reverse, because I feel like you've transcended this. You've learned to integrate this kind, patient side of you, this loving, giving, devoting side of you. You've learned to integrate it. So you give, but you give from a place of power. I'm guessing this huge sun here on this card. You're powerful, and it's because you've gone through maybe times where people have opposed you, or you've had to fight to be this way. You know, warriors yes, sometimes they need to be violent, but sometimes, okay, I'm not condoning violence at all. Let's get that out of the way. I'm looking at the story of like the Bhagavad Gita. You know, Arjuna, the main character, he had to choose whether to fight against his family either to go against his family because that was the right thing to do, and that's because that's what God ordained him to do. But he was conflicted because he's like, that's my family though, that's my family. And so I'm getting a sort of similar situation here where perhaps you had to go through some sort of struggle within yourself that, like, that's just an example of the story with Arjuna. But perhaps, yeah, you had to go against something that maybe people or communities or entities, institutions that you cared about, because you come off as somebody that's just caring and loving. And perhaps there have been times where you had to set boundaries and you had to step away or do something that others may have perceived as bad or wrong, but that in the end, that was the loving thing to do. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes the most loving thing to do is to walk away or to say no to somebody, to set boundaries, to set limits. Sometimes that is the most loving thing. And I feel like with you, either you've learned that already or you're going to learn that. And that's why you're here. You're here to hear. You're here to hear. You're here, H-E-R-E, to hear, H-E-A-R, that it's okay to walk away from things. It's okay to say no to things, to set boundaries, to not always give so freely. It's okay. Use your discernment. You have the strength with you. You have the power with you to be this sun, to be this entity that everybody revolves around. And it's okay to not give that. It's okay. That's what I'm getting from the Five of Swords here. So 2 messages from that. It's that you've gone through things that made you become this loving self because you don't want to, cause harm you don't want to cause harm to anybody or any being, which is why you're so loving and giving. And also you've learned, or you will learn, that it's okay to say no, to not give your love so freely. To be discerning. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you to those who chose this group. You are absolutely beautiful beings. That's why I felt like I needed to be gentle. Not to say that people need to walk around eggshells around you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, you deserve the same kindness, soft compassion, devotion, love towards you as you so freely or so willingly are able to give to others. Absolutely beautiful. Let's pull one last card from Animal Spirit Oracle. What else does this group need to hear at this moment, Spirit? Okay, one card please. What else does this group need to hear? What else does this group need to hear? Group 3. Those who chose this group, what do they need to hear? What do they need to hear? What does this group need to hear? Thank you. One card, please. I'm not going to take those. One card, please. What does this group need to hear? Oh. Quite a bit of things. Spirit wants to give to you as much as you give to others. What does this group need to hear? Just one card, please. One card. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle one more time and then... Oh! Okay, thank you. I guess Spirit wants to give you 2. You're the only group that got 2 cards. And I'm thinking it's because you're such a giving group and loving that Spirit wanted to give you too. So let's take it. So the first one is monkey, inner child. Don't take life too seriously. And then the second one is sloth, digital detox, recalibrate, reset, and recharge. Yes. So this is perfect. I'll start with the monkey here. Don't take life too seriously. So yeah, it's kind of like be more playful with this energy of giving. If something happens where, you know, maybe somebody questions your kindness or judges your kindness or takes advantage of it, that's fine. Just like let them go. Like don't hang on to how people respond to your energy too much. Just trust that the people who resonate will stay with you and will take care of you as much as the people who deserve your energy will take care of your energy. Okay, let that sink in. So don't take too seriously. And I think this ties into the sloth as well with the digital detox, going back to the setting boundaries. If perhaps this side of you, this soft, caring side, became a shadow, this is often a theme that I come up with my readings, because, you know, you've maybe learned somewhere that this isn't good, or it's not good to be so kind and giving. But I think with these two cards is to not take yourself too seriously. Like, this is a good aspect of you. Bad things happen to good people all the time, and vice versa. And with the detox, recalibrate, reset, and recharge, step away from things that take you away from being this kind, devoting self. Like, you aren't bad. You're a great person. That's what the only thing I got from these cards, even though we got Five of Swords. Five of Swords is just indicating what you've gone through and what you experience because you are this kind, loving self. So with the monkey and sloth, it's like, don't take what other people say and think about you too seriously. And if anything, like, step away, recalibrate, reset, and recharge. Don't pick up what other people may put on you. Know that you are this beautiful, loving, devoting, caring self. You're amazing. That's what you need to hear right now. F the haters. Alright, well, that's your reading, Group 3. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being who you are, whether you know it or not. You are amazing, loving people that we need, people around you need especially, and we need in this world. So please take care of yourself. You deserve it. And that's it for the reading. Please let me know how it resonates. Again, if it doesn't resonate, that means the reading wasn't for you, or it's not for you yet. You can choose another pile, you can choose another reading, another reader, yada yada. But regardless, may you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be happy and peaceful. May you have all you need and live with ease and loving kindness. May you not suffer. May you be happy. Thank you. And may you be loved. You deserve to be loved as much as you love others. Alright. Thank you. Take care.